Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am cryptoFOXXY and I have a different sort of video for you guys today. So if I handed you $5,000 to invest in the crypto market today, what would you do? Would you go all in on Bitcoin, or would you chase some risky moonshots, or would you play it fairly safe? So everybody has their own risk tolerance. We're going to talk about that in this video, and I'm going to give you an example of 3 different profiles that I would potentially build if I were starting in crypto today. I've been asked to do this by a couple of my subscribers, and I thought it was a pretty decent idea because everybody can kind of go on and start to watch people on YouTube and hear everybody's opinions, but until you actually sit down and put together a portfolio, it can actually be kind of scary because you might not know what your risk tolerance is and how do you really identify it. Well, I'm going to go over that first here before we get into any profiles. So what I When I first started investing in crypto, what I asked myself was, am I okay with investing $100 with the chance of losing it all, but with the chance of maybe 10xing it? Absolutely. And then it goes up from there. I have certain thresholds that I keep in my brain, and it's like I already know my risk tolerance, but this is kind of what the process I went through in my head. And feel free to skip this part if you guys don't want to listen to my thought process. But the way I look at it is, if you're willing to risk, say, $500, and you could, potentially 5 to 10x that money, or you might end up having to sell it at a loss a while later, say, for maybe get your $100 back, get like $100 back out of your 500. Is that okay with you? Because that's a fairly high risk portfolio. um, and the more you up that, numbers are relative for everybody, right? $500 to me might not be as much as $500 to you, or vice versa. And really, you got to just sit down and think, okay, what can I afford? Because crypto's high risk, no matter what. Crypto is high risk. Okay. So I'm not telling anybody to invest in crypto. I'm not telling anybody to buy any of the coins that I talk about on the channel. And I'm not telling you guys what to do. Please make up your own mind and figure out your own plan, right? First, you got to sit down and set aside a certain amount of money. Okay, so this is what I'm comfortable with. And when you do that, you can also have subsections, right? So you can have, all right, I'm comfortable investing this much in a high risk, this much in a medium risk, this much in a low risk. You can do it however you want to do it. But the way I look at things is I like high risk. I like high risk because I like high reward. And not everybody's comfortable with that. I had a hard time at first, not necessarily sleeping at night, but constantly checking the charts. And you know what? Some days I get up and I don't even check them until, I'm about to do videos, or about to update you guys on what's going on in the market. And really what it comes down to is you got to figure out where you're comfortable. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few examples of what you can put together in terms of a portfolio. And one will be a low risk option, one's a medium risk, and one is a bit more of a higher risk scenario. So let's jump into it here. So we're going to obviously take a look at the low risk one first. Finally, so the low risk is for an investor who wants crypto exposure, but also wants to sleep at night, like I mentioned, right? And yes, I'm reading a little bit on the screen because I had to put together a ton of information in order to make this video for you guys, and I didn't want to miss anything. So just give me a little bit of a couple minutes here of your time, and I'll give you guys all the picks here that I have on the screen. So low risk, this is more of a long-term compounding play with much lower drawdowns. So these are more secure assets that are basically going to weather the storm, so to speak. You got your traditional Bitcoin, right? So you could so say if you have the $5,000, right? $5,000 is a very, very good size portfolio to start with. And you might have less than that, and that's okay. Everybody starts with their own amounts. You just make it relative to what you are buying. So maybe 40%, so about 2 grand go into Bitcoin, have about 25% go into Ethereum. So that'd be about $1,250. XRP Ripple, you maybe put about 10% or $500 or so into there. And we've got HBAR, and we've got some stable coins. Also threw in some Solana, some Cardano, and some Sui. So you could mix that up a little bit. You could throw so Bitcoin, maybe you could drop that down to about 30%. Ethereum, keep it at 25. That gives you about 55%. Ripple or XRP 10%, so 65%. You got HBAR. I would throw HBAR H bar, Sui, and Cardano and them all together, and give them a maybe like a 20% or so, and then have some stable coins on the side just in case you need to deploy some capital if you have some price dips, right? So that would be probably my lowercase, more comfortable getting to know crypto type portfolio, right? Because not everybody has the money to jump in and not know it's a little bit naive to jump in and not know what you're doing. You could get lucky, but you could also lose a lot of your money. So, just getting in, getting comfortable, reading charts, looking at news, being familiar with the crypto space and terminology. This is a good, comfortable portfolio to kind of start with. I got some H bar, Sui, Stellar, Cardano, USDC. I also like to split up my stable coins. So I never have just one stable coin. I always have some Tether and I have USDC, just because we've seen some of them unpegged before and you just never know what's going to happen, right? So I always split up my stable coin. I have half in USDC, half in Tether. Crypto.com for me only takes USDC, so when I do want to cash out any Tether, I have to switch it to USDC. So eh, whatever, right? So XRP, we have Ethereum and Bitcoin rounding out the top. So let's jump over. We are going to take a look at the medium risk portfolios here. So medium risk, um, this is the one for the investor who wants some pretty decent growth, but still has a bit of a safety net. So you're playing it a little bit safe, but you have some optional, questionable coins on the side that you're hoping are going to make you some good money. So this is a good blend of blue chips and growth coins that could 2 to 5x. Without gut wrenching drops of a pure high risk portfolio, right? So this is for somebody who is pretty comfortable with crypto and they're wanting to make a little bit more money, kind of diversify a bit more and have a little bit more riskier plays, but still have that comfort net, right? So we've got Bitcoin rounding at the top, obviously. So with Bitcoin, you're probably looking at probably, like I said again, about 20 to 25%. Ethereum as well, about 20%. We have Ripple coming in at about 10 to 15%. Then we've got some pretty decent plays coming down from here as well. I threw in Dogecoin because I think having the top meme coin asset is probably a good idea, especially in a medium risk bag. We've got some Chainlink because Chainlink, it is interoperable with a whole bunch of other different chains, and it's a chain link. So, I think it's a good one to round out in there as well because it is just so versatile, right? I have Stellar XLM in here. I've got some Filecoin, which is a little bit more of a riskier play, as well as FET and Injective. So I think that these ones here could definitely boom. And that's why I included these ones in the portfolio. So these are going to be probably, I'd say Chainlink down is going to be, more of a fraction of your portfolio, where, these four are probably going to round out the majority of your portfolio, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, because Bitcoin and Ethereum have the biggest market caps, and they're also going to guard you against some of those really big drops, right? Where Bitcoin and Ethereum, something that is takes a lot more to move the market, is going to be a little bit more safe, right? So we got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP up in those top positions. So we're going to take a look at the high risk, and this is the plays that are interesting, so to speak. And these ones here, let's just see, where's my list here? So this is what we chase: big returns, going heavy on altcoins. We're not really using too much stability here in terms of Bitcoin and such. We're going in on a lot of altcoins with some momentum narratives, and this is the swing for the fences or the moonshot bag, right? This is not, you're still going to, in my opinion only, still going to make some money on this, has a massive opportunity to make some really good cash in this one. But obviously, it's crypto. You never know what's going to happen. So don't bet on this, guys. Like I said, this is just my opinion and my opinion only. Now, these are the plays that I have in here, and I'm going to give you the reasons why. Dogecoin, like I said before, biggest meme coin, right? We're still going to get meme coin seasons, and I know that this is going to happen. We've seen meme coins starting to run when the bull market was kind of starting off there. Don't count out meme coins. Meme coins are going to be big plays. I don't talk about them a lot in the channel because they're they're more of a gamble, right? They're a big gamble, and a lot of them come and go, but the ones that have stayed for a fairly good amount of time, I think, are ones that are going to are going to play off. And I'm not talking about ones that just popped up last week or the week before, because a lot of times they don't go anywhere, guys. They're just there for people to just scalp your liquidity, and it just takes from a lot of the good altcoins that are out there, like Dogecoin. Dogecoin is was my first crypto. It's making this list because it's the number ninth crypto in the world. It is still a massive player in the crypto space. Market cap, like you see, $33 billion. It's nothing to shake a stick at. So Dogecoin rounds out my top for meme coin plays. I also have some pudgy penguins in here because I think Pengu is actually going to develop into something big. I got this as an airdrop for using. Um, Solana Dex or something like that. And, it's already grown fairly decently there. So we also have Popcat and Brett. Two meme coins that I think are going to do very well. And now the meme coin portion of this portfolio would round out to maybe about 20%. So you're going to be maybe having about 5% of each of these meme coins. It's not like it's going to be like a big part of your portfolio. Next, I would bet fairly big on Cardano and Stellar. Cardano, Stellar, and HBAR. Those 3 would round out probably a good, 50% of my portfolio, because I think, Cardano is lagging behind the market. I think it is going to pop off here, and it already has started. It's up about 16% in the last 7 days. And Stellar XLM, you guys know I talk about it on the channel all the time. I think that this thing is going to be massive. It's got, I think, a little bit more growth potential maybe than XRP, since XRP's already, kind of have seen so much adoption. However, uh, obviously it's crypto, things happen. But HBAR, I believe, is the same in the same sort of category as XLM. And then we've got, some AI plays. So these will be plays on narratives. We've got ICP, we've got FET, and we've got lower cap AOs here. So those are 3 that I think are going to do very, very well, in the market, because just the amount of utility that they provide, and with the AI narrative becoming more and more um, massive, I think that they're going to do very well. You guys know I'm very, very big on FET. AOs I've had for a while. I have a fair bit of that as well. And ICP has kind of just come into my spotlight in the last little while, and I kind of like what I'm looking at there. So, and it's still under $3 billion market cap, so it's still definitely a good one to play. So, some of these are a little bit lower caps. You can see, um, we've got like, you know, AOs is pretty decent. There's a couple here that are still very, very low market cap. However, have big utility and have big option, or sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? Have a big potential for massive upside. So that's pretty much what rounding out my bags here, guys, for your low, medium, and high risk crypto portfolios. So let me know what you would include. What do you think I might have missed? And I'm very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. And before you go, I do want to share with you guys something that I use to add to my bags as well. This helps tell me when to buy and sell when I'm trading crypto. Not so much for when I am accumulating for my long-term strategies, like we were just talking about, but this is what I use in order to help me add more liquidity on the side, and then turn it over and flip it into some of my longer term bags. I use a CF Algo, and this is my indicator that I created. Runs on the TradingView platform, and so what it does is it helps you identify buying and selling opportunities. As you can see here on the chart, we've got trend buy, trend sell, and then we also have. I also have another mode here that gives you a little bit earlier signals, so you can see the reversal signals times the top almost almost exactly. I actually usually take profits on my reversal sell, and it's been doing very, very well for me, guys. I have quite a few members as well that are taking part and have purchased the indicator, and they are using it and asking me some questions. And I'm actually thinking about opening up a Discord, maybe, just so I can kind of have like a bit more of a community feel. So if you're interested in that, let me know down below in the comments. So that would be just kind of me helping you guys get the most out of the indicator, and make sure that you're using it properly. And maybe we could share some wins when we make some really good trades and such. It'd be really fun. But this is what I got on the on TradingView. So what it does is it provides you buy and sell signals. It gives you alerts, so you can set up alerts using the indicator. So when one of these buy and sell signals pops up, it will notify you. It'll tell TradingView, hey, send this person a message. You'll get it on your phone, your email, whatever it is you have set up, and you don't have to sit here and watch the charts 24/7, because I mean, who the heck has time for that? Unless you're a day trader, you're not sitting here watching the charts all the time. And I like to swing and swing trade and scalp a little bit. So this has been extremely helpful for me. I use it on the 5 minute. I use it on the on the 1 hour, the 2 hour. It works for on the day chart. It works not just in crypto as well. You can use it on stocks, futures, forex, bonds. Any of the options. A number of different charts it works on. Like you can pop over here and go to. Let's go to delete that. We've got Tesla. So you can see here we've got Tesla. It gives you buy and sell signals for that as well. So back here, you get a buy alert, and then you get a sell alert, and that's a 26% move up on Tesla in just a few days. So things are looking really good with this indicator. I've been testing it out for months, and it's been going very, very well. So make sure you use my coupon code intro10 in the checkout so that you get the most savings you can. It'll stay on your account for the entirety of your subscription, so you'll save each payment. You'll save on that as well. So intro 10 on checkout. Please, guys, check this out, or check out something. Use something. There's so many tools out there available for to help you, trading and such. And nobody should be really flying blind and doing it alone. This is a very valuable tool. I've been using it every single day for the last several months, and it's been doing very well for me. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and hopefully you found this useful. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. I'd also like to do some maybe that showing you guys how I trade a little bit, but I hope I wasn't too long-winded. If you have any comments or suggestions for me, please let me know. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.